what brought me to PFW was the fact that we have this Purdue campus right here in Fort Wayne. So being able to go out internationally now, because I go to conferences around the world and tell people that I'm from Purdue, our name kind of speaks for itself. My path to a PhD in modeling and simulation has been a pretty circuitous one, and I started here at IPFW in computer science. I worked at Harris, which was at the time called ITT Aerospace, doing the Y2K changeover, and that led me to want to major in something else, because changing dates from 2-digit year to 4-digit year was particularly boring. And as a student, sometimes you can't see the big picture, and I couldn't see the big picture of all of the many things that you can actually do with computer science. But I was very lucky to find my path back to computer science through communication and psychology, because the discipline of human-computer interaction actually has like an intersection between psychology, communication, and computer science. So with human-computer interaction, what our goal is to lead people to understand better the context that they're developing for, and pick the right tools, the right environments, the right different ways of representing reality for whatever needs users have. So to do that, you have to understand users well, which takes a bit of psychology. To do that, you have to understand technology well, which takes a bit of computer science. And to do that, you have to understand interaction, which takes a bit of communication. So it is a really good discipline to integrate these things that I've loved for a long time. My lab is called SURGE, and it stands for Simulation User Research Game Experience. And so we do a bit of simulation. Anyone who works with me must do user research, because I'm an HCI person. So if you aren't looking at what the user is experiencing, you're failing at HCI. And then game experience, because I love games, and I really am interested in gamifying things, which gamification is that idea that you can put the elements of a game into kind of mundane things. Like you can put the elements of a game into a health app to kind of make people more motivated to pay attention to things related to their health. That's what my lab does. Because I have this lab, and also we do the game jam every year, where we bring students in and we develop a game over a weekend every January, I have the fortune of being able to meet some of the most interesting students in computer science. And to me, the most interesting students, of course, are the ones who are interested in the stuff I'm interested in. So I'm interested in games and simulation. So those students who come to the game jam and want to make games then usually end up working with me in the lab. So some of the projects that we have right now, we have a project working with the ROTC that is an ROTC simulator for troop movement, to train people in ROTC how to command troops in a war situation. We also have another project where we're partnering with the Northeast Indiana Innovation Center across the street, and that project is working with a company in the Innovation Center called Meistercook, and they create ovens, like kitchen ovens, and our project is to represent those ovens for marketing purposes in a HoloLens. So someone could put on a HoloLens, which is augmented reality, and they could kind of see what it would be like in their kitchen to have the technology available. Last year we had a group of students who created a VR library experience, so a virtual reality library experience. I think the most interesting parts of the library experience, though, were the fact that they were using Project Gutenberg, which is like a large database of library books, or of basic classical books, and so people can go into a virtual space, pull up a classical book, not have to pay for anything, and read this book in a space that they desire. And the other thing that was noteworthy about it is they use the Leap Motion, which also uses hand tracking, so they can do gestures to turn the pages. So part of what we look at with HCI is natural experiences. So basically having this VR headset on and then being able to hold a book in front of you and turn the pages, and also pull up a virtual keyboard and type the name of the book that you're looking for. And another area that I do a lot of research in is virtual reality, clearly. There are so many different questions in virtual reality. The biggest question, though, that I have and the way that we've been building out the Surge Lab is how to create more immersive experiences. So creating the sense that you are in a virtual space is something that we are working towards all the time, and companies, big business is based on this right now, Oculus and Vive, all the way down to people making these little Google Cardboard experiences. Many companies are interested in how we can use virtual reality not just for gaming, but for training purposes, for connecting people, for social collaboration, for connecting people with their loved ones who are geographically separated. So VR research, I think, probably is one of the ways of the future, and so many changes are happening. I've worked. Virtual reality is also a really good way for our Department of Computer Science to collaborate with other departments. So far we've collaborated with the Psychology Department and with VCD, but I hope to collaborate with as many people as possible on campus, because this technology can be used for so many things, from education to medical simulation to the example that I gave earlier, the ROTC.